Okay, this is a persuasive speech sample, and it's based on whether a school uniform should be compulsory as part of a school's identity. So it's on a different topic to yours, but I'm hoping it will give you some information and advice on how to construct your persuasive speech. We will also be undertaking many practices and examples in class to help you with this task. To have school uniform as a compulsory part of a school's identity is a controversial issue in education in most Australian states. I believe that school uniform should be compulsory in both public and private schools. So this one is making a clear statement about the issue and provides a position from the outset. Try and think about using the grab technique and really incorporating your 3 reasons into your introduction. I ask you to ponder on the thought, what makes you feel proud at school? Is it when you receive an award in an assembly or represent your school in sporting competitions? Or is it when you enter another school venue for classes or on an excursion or participating in community work? I have a strong sense of pride and belonging when I wear my school uniform. To me, it is my physical representation of being proud of where you come from. A school uniform can say a lot about a person without using words. When wearing the uniform, it shows the respect and dignity that our school strives for. So as you can see in that section, it did list out the 3 main reasons that they were going to be discussing. It was including the audience of peers in the discussion. For example, it would use the word you. It also used rhetorical questions, which is a persuasive device. It provides a personal response after having questioned the audience, thus positioning the reader to agree with the argument. It was also thinking about using vocabulary and sentence structure to increase the abstraction and for stylistic effect when wearing the uniform, for example. Let's read a little bit further. One bonus of wearing a school uniform is that you do not need to think about what you are going to wear to school. I do not have to wear out my own casual clothing. There are no judgments or comparisons made between students, as everyone looks the same. Educators and sociology experts' reports show us that schools that have a school uniform policy achieve better both academically, behaviourally, and more successful social outcomes. Students are more focused on their work and are not being sidetracked into thinking about or worrying what people think of their outfits. Behaviourally and socially, reports show that schools that have introduced a school uniform have a decreased amount of bullying. This bullying occurs when students wearing less stylish or fashionable clothing are singled out and excluded because their families cannot afford to buy them trendy clothes. This highlights why a uniform is of benefit, because it does not distinguish between the haves and the have-nots. So the writer is also using specialist vocabulary and referring to sources as evidence. It extrapolates from the evidence to support a consistent point of view. Using abstract nouns to summarise preceding sentences of text is also useful, for example, bullying. Let's read a little bit further. Some may say that school uniforms are expensive, and why should people bother to spend so much money? My answer to that is, although the initial financial outlay can be expensive in the short term, it is certainly considerably cheaper in the long term by saving money, not purchasing an excessive amount of cool clothes. School uniforms are designed to be both practical and long-lasting, which benefits students, as it provides less wear and tear on your favourite items of clothing through not wearing them daily. Some of you may say that school uniforms diminish your individuality, as well as being able to express yourself. But isn't individuality and personal expression more than what you wear? Is a school uniform hindering your right to express yourself and your opinions? I believe true individuality is expressed through your personality. The notion of individuality is deeper than the surface level of the way you look, and more importantly, about the person you are. So if you keep thinking about this piece, it's also using topic sentences to state the opposing view and then evaluates it. So make sure that you have your 3 reasons, but also state the opposing view and be able to discuss that as well. We want to see accurate spelling, punctuation and grammar throughout, and also that your sentence structure is varied for effect. Using lots of persuasive devices and rhetorical devices to keep addressing the audience directly. In the conclusion, the wearing of school uniform is a positive feature of my education. It makes me feel I am an important part of my school, of which I am proud to belong to. So join with me and choose compulsory school uniforms. So in this conclusion, they are using it to restate their main contention and achieve coherence in their argument. They're also trying to promote a course of action, and by using inclusive language in the closing line to position the audience to agree with them. So join with me. Good luck in your persuasive speech.